Hi there, my name is Connor Campese, and I plan on discussing Kenneth Burke's tool, the Dramatistic Pentad, which is in chapter 23 of our textbook. For starters, we need to know what this tool is. The Dramatistic Pentad is a method used to figuring out the motive behind a certain message, why somebody says what they say. Critics use this all the time to discern the motives of speakers and writers by labeling the 5 key elements. What are these elements, you ask? Let me explain them to you, as they might sound a little bit familiar. There's the act, scene, agent, agency, and purpose. Now, I said these would sound familiar. Let me say them again alongside with a little breakdown. There is agent, which is who, act, which is what, scene, which is where and when, agency, which is how, and lastly, there is purpose, which is why. Now that you have compared this tool to the common questions we ask ourselves when explaining the average story, who, what, when, where, why, hopefully you have gained a better understanding. Personally, I've applied this tool many times to the ending of a past toxic relationship. It was with a beautiful girl, and we're going to call her Becky for explaining purposes. And we had a falling out because she cheated on me. It made me feel hurt, not loved at all. It was a cruel thing to do that made my heart hurt immensely. And in addition, I felt betrayed and treated like dirt. Then she had tried multiple times to rekindle our relationship and urged me to take her back. However, after careful consideration and critical thinking using this tool, the Dramatistic Pentad, I started to fill in the blanks behind my messages I wanted to send back to her in response to these proposals. I thought about why it needed to be done, how it needed to be done, because of what she did, because she was someone who committed an act of indecency at the wrong place, wrong time. This method gave me a better understanding of the situation and broke it down for me piece by piece, which led me to make the appropriate decision to better my life. I made the choice to cut the cord and explain to her that I deserve someone better who will not commit that act. Transferring this over from my personal love life to my academic life, I have used this Dramatistic Pentad in understanding why I failed a previous class. I had received an email saying that my final project had earned a grade of 0, thus making me fail the class for the semester. I had digested the message initially very poorly and very extremely upsetting. The feeling I was experiencing the word failure. The definition of that is lack of success. But after using this tool, the Dramatistic Pentad, I had learned why, which is my purpose, I had done so poorly. What, which is my act, I had specifically turned in that caused that poor grade. How, which is my agency, I had came up with an understanding that I was giving the right answer, when in reality I was dead wrong. And also where I went wrong and when, which is our scene. I had started to trail away from the appropriate answer. This method allowed me to gain a new understanding and apply it to future scenarios like this semester with this class, and I can guarantee you I'm going to use it as soon as I receive the grade for this assignment. Now, in conclusion, after immense research of this tool and how it applies to everyday breakdown of encoding messages and giving us a gain of knowledge to a certain scenario by allowing us to break down the act, scene, agent, agency, and lastly, purpose, well, so what? So what? There is this tool or method to gain a better understanding. This is used every time somebody tells you a story. Now, instead of perceiving this tool from the receiving point of the Dramatistic Pentad, you should use it as more of a sender. Have that as an advantage whenever you're telling someone a story that they are going to use who, what, when, where, why when encoding it. Now, I end this discussion with a Bible verse that I believe depicts very effectively the costs of not applying this tool in life. If one gives an answer before he hears, it is his, her folly and shame. Thank y'all so much, guys.